Okay, so we were taking a look at this. This is kind of part two of this unboxing. Harder than Steenbeck Infinity. This is like the best thing ever. And so the question on the floor is, how do you like clean it? Is it easy to clean? And the answer is yes, it's very easy to clean. These things are amazing. Anyway, yeah, it is amazing, and we're going to take a look at how you kind of the way you can take it all apart, and you can. And looking at the instructions, there they all are. It breaks all down. The way to clean it is like actually fairly easily done. Again, it's a wonderful piece of German engineering. Looks like a jewel underneath all this light. One of the documents that came with it is Reinigung Hinweise. And it says, legen Sie niemals den gesamten Apparat in Reinigungs- oder Losmittel. And then it goes on down here, darf ein Ultraschallbad benutzen werden. And I can read all that stuff, which is really, really neat. And it says, you can do this and do that. But, as it turns out, on the back side, it's all in English, and that makes it a lot easier. So anyway, to make a long story short, again, wonderful engineering. You just take the back end of it off, just like that. And something I'd like to point out to everybody, I know it's really, really hard to make out. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of a black background here. If you take a look at the back side of the needle, right about halfway up the needle, there's a little raised area right there, a little lump. And that shows you the gauge of the needle. All you got to do is run your finger along there and you can feel it. And the smallest gauge has 1. A larger gauge like this one has 2. A larger gauge still has a 3. A larger gauge 4 still has a 4. So you don't have to like break the entire piece down to change the needle in order that you know what needle size you have. Just run your finger along there. You can feel that little raised area right in the middle. Right in the middle. Not this raised area or that one, but right in the middle, halfway down, there's a little raised area. And it'll have a 1, 2, 3, or 4. And those are the different gauges of the needle, so you can always keep them straight. Under any circumstances, you just undo that screw, the whole needle comes out. Once you take the color cup off, you can see the needle down inside the barrel there. And then you simply take one of these brushes. Once the needle's out, take a brush, run it down through there, run it down through this direction, clean out your color cup. They're all highly chrome plated. Highly chrome plated. Take that right off. Well, maybe I'll just use the larger one. There we go. Press fit. Highly chrome plated inside and out. You just look at that thing. Take about 2 seconds to clean that up. Press fit. So if you're trying to change colors like all the time, this is the system to have. 2 seconds is clean. Back together again. No way to like miss. In other words, there's only one way that everything will go back together again. Now, experience has shown me that when you have a needle like this, let me take the end of it off here. Again, it's hard for me to convey to you guys how easy all these pieces are to like come apart. They all have really clear O-rings on them, and the machining is incredible. But occasionally, these tiny little needles will get bent. Okay, well, if that happens, take the needle all the way out, and then if you get a piece of the very finest sandpaper, like 1200 grit or so, just pull it backwards along that sandpaper. Pull the needle backwards along there. You can bring it right back to an absolute needle point. And then you're back in business again just like that. But Harder than Steenbeck, again, the absolute gold-plated Rolls Royce of all airbrushes. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. An amazing piece of equipment.